Especially of the people that were in Brazil, maybe they had trouble getting here, competing a lot. So
yeah,
it's a bit of an enigma. We have Victor Hugo has fought so much. Let's make sure we're here zoomed in on mat 7. That way we can get to the action. We have a quick guard pull here by Victor, but Nicholas sits back as well. Comes right up. They did not count it as a double guard pull, though. I think Nicholas was looking for that.
Yeah.
But no advantage here. But he is getting right to passing with a lot of big handstand here by Nicholas Meregali.
It's really out ahead of the grips there with that bullfighting, staying down by the ankles. And that's one thing I think if we were to give Meregali maybe a little bit of advantage, you got to give him the explosiveness.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I mean, one thing I always enjoy about Meregali's style is his explosiveness. It's so exciting. It's so fun to watch. But Victor, one of the things he's really talented with too is slowing down big, crazy opponents. His slogan is big man flow, right? So he's always looking at, slowing down his opponent when he needs to, but then he pours on the action, the cartwheels, the flipping around when he decides that it's time to go for that. So it's an interesting combination of these two athletes.
Yeah, I agree. And he's slowed him down here right now.
And this is one of Victor's favorite positions. He loves inverting. He talks a lot about making the 50-50 position very active and working for knee bars and toe holds from there and making it. Look at all the weight with those hips on that leg. That is incredible. That man is almost 300 pounds. You do not want 270, 280 caving in on your knee like that.
No, and he did a good job of keeping the leg inside. Meregali tried to do a diving back take, get his foot in, and come up on a leg drag. He did a great job of keeping that foot in.
Yeah, when we're in this 50-50 position, Victor has to keep it on his left shoulder. If it starts to go to his right shoulder, Nicholas can drive his left knee to the mat and start to pass into a leg drag position, just like you were saying, Sean. So it's an interesting... Again, look at those hips elevated off the ground from Hugo. It's so much pressure going into the knee here that it makes it really hard for Meregali to really get his explosive movement going with what we're talking about is one of his biggest strengths.
Yep.
And again here, just controlling the hips, Hugo is. Yeah, see, now we see Hugo in, again, one of his favorite positions. He won the 2019 Open Class Nogi Worlds final with a knee bar on Cyborg from a very similar position, and he's always very comfortable here. One of the challenging things with those ultra heavy division can be that the guy's legs are so long that it can be hard to get the leveraging and getting right in just the right place for the knee bar. But here we see Hugo almost having the opportunity to come up for the sweep, but now just settling in on that left hip, doing a really good job of controlling Meregali's right leg. So if he's controlling both legs here, then Meregali really cannot come back up and defend the sweep. So Hugo will come up here for the 2. And it looks like he's checking in with the ref here. I think he got poked in the eye, so they may have someone come in and check on them. And, Meregali, he's very, powerful on top and bottom. So he may have decided, you know what, I'm tired of this 50-50 game. I just want to be on the bottom. I want to play guard. I want to get to my stuff. And it can be a very, very intelligent decision, of course, and it's strategic. But at the same time, if you wait too long to then sweep back or you end up on your butt on the last time, then, you are down by that advantage or whatever it might be. But not really a risk here with Meregali, as we assumed it wouldn't be, going right back up on top. And now Victor in almost on an ankle, it looked like, but Meregali is able to put his weight into his right foot and drive his right knee down to take the pressure off the ankle here. Victor doing a good job, though, with his left foot, trying to continue to push on the hip, but now may have to switch into some more inversion styles so that Meregali couldn't backstep pass.
Yeah, and it was that, I like the thing that he was trying to scoop the leg to get some of that weight off of his leg, but Meregali countered so nice.
Ooh, Meregali with a nice collar grip here with his left hand. That is very dangerous. That is a very, very powerful grip because you can use it to staple your partner down. You can also use it to start attacking with just the left forearm. And, of course, you can also bring that right hand over the top, kind of Hamalu Bahal style, and start going into that cross choke from the half guard, which is what we're seeing.
Goes. Yep, and this belt grip is it's an oldie but a goodie as well when your left hand is in there deep.
But Victor's so explosive from the bottom position, it is really hard to put that man's shoulders on the mat.
He did a great job of just moving in from a single to pulling that leg back in. And
He did. So intricate in these positions. Oh, this will be a very interesting position to see how they reset, because it looked to me like the referee said stop before Meregali jumped around to the back of the turtle. So 2-2, Meregali up by 1 advantage here. Okay, so this is a very, very tight match, 5:20, so a little less than halfway down, and a lot of action. So I'm interested to see who is going to opt to pull here. Ooh, and Meregali will pull right into a beautiful close guard with a deep collar grip on the left side too. Victor also always looks very, very dominant top and bottom. So
yeah.
it looked like he was happy to play on the top. He wasn't rushing to pull. But you have to be very, very careful here with letting your posture be broken with someone like Nicholas Meregali, because once he gets something, he usually does not give it back.
Yeah, especially with that. I don't know, he let go of that belt grip, but the belt grip is good, so good for triangles with the gi. You can just start bringing your knee through, and that right knee, if he starts to carve that through, he's going to keep, there it is, he's going to shake his leg, bring that knee through, and it's going to be triangle territory here with that belt grip.
It is. It'll be interesting to see what Victor does with his left hand, if he opts to control that knee and try to push it down to step over, or if he's going to play it a little more safe and try to bring his elbow back inside. Looks like now we have almost like a full body lock position, but it doesn't look like Victor's going into like a Sao Paulo pass, like really trying to break the guard open. Yeah. Just kind of keeping his posture broken here and not really allowing Meregali to get the space he needs to work to these triangle positions. You do have to be careful, though, here on top from Hugo, because he is risking getting a stalling penalty. But I think in the ref's eyes, a lot of times what happens in these positions is if Meregali is holding him down with that belt grip, then it's very hard to give the person on top a penalty, because we don't really know how much of a push and pull is going on, who's pushing the action. So now we see, he's starting to create some space, like with these big hip escapes, trying to get an angle to one side or another. And when he brings his hand to that grip on the pants, he can kind of use that to pull his head closer and get more of an outside angle. Just 3:40 left, and it'll be interesting to see when the urgency comes into a little more play with Hugo, because we do know he's down by an advantage. But with 3.5 minutes left, he may be waiting to run the clock down a little bit too.
Yeah, you could be right. And then look to get at his own advantage here later in the contest. And the belt grip is a good one from the guard. It's hard to contend with, and Meregali does have the length to hit triangles, and it's starting to loosen up there now, the belt. So.
Yeah, it's definitely not giving as much leverage as it was before with that loosening up. Yeah, with 3 minutes left, I think we're going to see Victor try to start to open the guard now. It looks like he's getting a little more space. It's hard to tell in these positions, how urgent someone really feels, because the thing about this top position is that if Victor does any explosive movements, he's not very safe while Meregali is breaking his posture, holding the belt. And he respects the guard. He respects Meregali's explosiveness and his attacks from the bottom. So if he postures up in the wrong way with his arm extended, man, arm bars, omoplatas, triangles right there, which is why this close guard position is so dangerous.
It is, and you've got just even a sweep that hits, it comes back up, it gets another advantage. Yes. A lot of things that he's got to be concerned with here. And Meregali is a very, very good close guard. So
yes, and Victor, no stranger to dealing with this. Of course, he's training, with Shanji Ribeiro, the close guard and side close guard master, right? So he's not unfamiliar with these positions at all. And now we do start to see a little more pressure here from Hugo. Might be trying to start to push that leg down with the left hand and start to pass to the left. He's kind of dropping his right hip, little body lock passing style. The guard is still closed. 2 minutes left. We have one advantage, only a one advantage lead. It's a very, very tight match, but this could really go either way. If Victor decides to get explosive and get an advantage for a near pass or looking for the back. Meregali looking at the ref a little bit and maybe looking to see if there's going to be a penalty or a stalling warning. And so just as a reminder, the black belt open class, we're in the quarterfinals here. We have on mat 1, Philippe Andrew versus Patrick Gaudio. Mat 2, Max Jimenez versus Felipe Pena, which is a big match. And then we also have on mat 7 here, we have Nicholas Meregali versus Victor Hugo, who could potentially face later on today in the weight class. And then we also have Kainan Duarte versus Wallace Silveira. So big list of 8 names right here. And we also have the women's open class going on right now. I think we have Yara versus, is that Yara versus Anna Carolina?
Gabby Garcia.
Gabby
Against
Garcia versus
and
Anna Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, I think let's move over to mat 6. There's only 45 seconds left in this match, if we move over to mat 6, we are going to see Anna Carolina versus Gabby Garcia, which is a very, very interesting fight, especially considering that Gabby Garcia was not signed up for the Worlds, I think, until the very last day. The last day, and she said Fabio Gurgel encouraged her to sign up and, you know, was like, let's do this for the team. So
all the way, all the way. Underhook the leg, underhook the leg. Come on, come on. Tava disposto a subir, eu também não tava disposto.